pericardium and blood supply of this heart. So pericardium is situated in the middle mediastinum behind the body of the sternum. It is a conical fibroserous sac which contains the heart and the root of these great vessels. So it is attached to the heart. This one are the conical projection and it contains the heart. So name is given this peritoneum. So pericardium. It is the situated in fibroserous sac. Name is given this pericardium. It includes the heart and the root of these great vessels. You see this diagram? Here there is a pericardium. So it covered this outer surface of this heart including these great vessels. Not only this heart, it includes the heart and root of these great vessels. So pericardium is a conical fibroserous sac which contains the heart and the root of these great vessels attached to the heart. It is situated in middle mediastinum behind the body of the sternum and second to sixth costal cartilage. Now compartment. So pericardium contains the two-layer outer fibrous layer and inner there is a two type of this pericardium. Fibrous pericardium keep the heart in position, prevent the over distension of this heart. Second type of this pericardium are this serous pericardium. It allows the free movement, serve as a lubricated container. So these are the two type of this pericardium. One it is the fibrous and second one it is the serous pericardium. Now fibrous pericardium are a cone shaped bag with the truncated apex directed above. It keeps the heart in position and prevent over the distension of the heart. Fibrous pericardium is an open sac and it pierced by the some blood vessels. So this one are the fibrous pericardium. See this diagram. First there is a two type of this pericardium. This blue line is indicate the fibrous pericardium. Inside there is a parietal layer of the serous pericardium and within there is a visceral layer of the serous pericardium. In between this black line it is indicate the pericardial cavity. So outermost part there is a fibrous pericardium. It covered the heart including these great vessels. Now what is the fibrous pericardium? It is the cone shaped bag. उसका shape देखो. This one are the cone shaped bag with the truncated apex directed above. It keeps the heart in position and prevent the over distension of this heart. Fibrous pericardium is an open sac and is pierced by the some blood vessels. So which are the attachment of this fibrous pericardium? First above. Above there is ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. It continues with this pretracheal layer of this deep cervical fascia. Below there is a beige fused with this upper surface of the central tendon of the part of this musculature of this left part of this diaphragm. In front there is a upper and lower end of this body of the sternum by the superior inferior sternopericardial ligament. So this one are this. So attachment of this fibrous pericardium. Above there is ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. Now relation. So relation of this fibrous pericardium. In front there is an anterior thoracic wall separated by the anterior margin of this both lung and the pleura. Below there is a directed contract with this left half of this lower part of this lower two piece of this body of the sternum. So this one are the fibrous pericardium and its relation. Relation of this fibrous pericardium. So this one are the fibrous pericardium. In front there is a separated by the anterior margin of this both lung and the pleura. Below there is a left fourth costal cartilage. Pericardium comes in the direct contact with this left half. So this one are the inferior relation of the below. Now before puberty, occasionally it remains of the thymus gland intervene between this thoracic wall and this pericardium. This one are the relation in front of this fibrous pericardium. Then behind there is a right and left bronchi, esophagus with this esophagus plexus of the now descending thoracic aorta and thoracic duct. azygous and hemizygous vein and the posterior part of this mediastinal surface of the both lung. On each side, there is a both side, right and left side. So right and left side, there is a cardiac impression of the corresponding lungs separated by the mediastinal pleura. Then phrenic nerve and pericardiophenic vessels between the pleura and pericardium. This one are the relation on each side. Now below there is a left lobe of this liver and fundus of the stomach separated by the diaphragm. This one are the relation of this fibrous pericardium. So now serous pericardium. Now posterior relation में क्या आएगा? Posterior relation. See this diagram. Posterior relation. So esophagus, azygous vein. This all are the structures passes behind or the posterior to the relation. So behind में आएगा right and left bronchi, esophagus with esophagus plexus of the nerve, descending thoracic aorta, thoracic duct, azygous and hemiazygous vein, and the posterior part of this mediastinal surface of this both lung. So this one are the posterior relation of this fibrous pericardium. Now structure piercing the fibrous. Which are the structures at piercing? First there is a heart with its vessels and nerve, ascending aorta, inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, right and left pulmonary artery and 4 pulmonary vein. These are the structures piercing this fibrous pericardium. First ascending aorta, superior and inferior vena cava, right and left pulmonary artery and 4 pulmonary vein. So these are the structures piercing the pericardium. Now second part are the serous pericardium. You see this serous pericardium has a two layer. One it is the parietal layer, second one there is a visceral layer. This one at the parietal layer is outer and visceral layer are the inner. So name is given this serous diagram. This one are the blue is fibrous pericardium. Within there is a red line. It is indicate the visceral pericardium. So inner side there is a visceral layer of the serous pericardium and outer side there is a parietal layer of this visceral pericardium, serous pericardium. In between there is a pericardial cavity. Now serous pericardium, it is closed shape, lies within the fibrous pericardium. Heart project into the serous pericardium from above and behind, and rounded reduce into the potential space. As the serous pericardium consists of this parietal and visceral layer. So about 300 ml of this fluid can be maximally accommodated in this pericardial sac. So within this pericardial cavity or the pericardial sac, there is present the 300 ml of this fluid. Because of this, for the easily movement of this heart and without friction of this two layer of this serous pericardium. Now parietal layer. First there is a parietal layer of the serous pericardium. It is inner surface of this fibrous pericardium and is intimately lined with this fibrous pericardium. Visceral layer name is given this epicardium. उसका दूसरा नाम है visceral layer का epicardium. This one are this visceral layer. So visceral layer also name is given this epicardium or this visceral layer. It covers the heart and roots of these great vessels. Attached to the heart, it separates from this myocardium by the subserous areolar tissue and fatty tissue. Its continuity between this parietal and visceral layer is established in this form of this two tube. One tube surrounds the ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk, and second tube it surrounds the pulmonary vein. And so in inferior vena cava. This one are the visceral layer of this pericardium. The second one there is a parietal layer. Parietal layer of this pericardium are the inner surface of this fibrous pericardium. It is intimately blended with this latter. So these are the two layer of this pericardium, parietal layer and visceral layer. Visceral layer का दूसरा नाम क्या था? एपिकार्डियम. एक सीरस पेरिकार्डियम का पार्ट है. तो सीरस पेरिकार्डियम दो टाइप के हैं, parietal layer and second one there is a visceral layer or the epicardium. So these two are this serous pericardium. Outermost this blue line, it indicates the fibrous pericardium. So fibrous pericardium is truncated cone shaped. Name is given this fibrous pericardium. It is cone shaped bag. It is apex directed above. It keeps the heart in position and prevent the over distension of this heart. The fibrous pericardium is open sac and it bears some blood vessels. So this one यहाँ से वो open है, यहाँ blood vessels open हो रहे हैं. So it clears the blood vessels, and this one are the open sac of this fibrous pericardium. But a serous pericardium are closed sac है. You see the serous pericardium यहाँ parietal layer and visceral layer दोनों यहाँ पे fuse हो जाते हैं. So this one are the closed sac, दोनों के बीच में cavity है. Name is given this pericardial cavity. उसमें कितना minimum fluid होता है? Maximum 300 ml of the fluid can be maximally accommodate in the pericardial cavity. उससे ज्यादा है तो उसको pericardial effusion बोलते हैं. जैसे pleural effusion था उसी तरह उसको बोलेंगे हम pericardial effusion. Now parietal layer and visceral layer, ये दो लेयर है. Visceral layer of serous pericardium उसका नाम दिया है epicardium, and जो parietal layer है serous pericardium outer layer है. So outer part name is given this parietal layer of this serous pericardium. In between there is a pericardial cavity. Now of sinuses. First there is a pericardial cavity. So pericardial cavity, it is slit-like potential space between this parietal and visceral layer of the serous pericardium. It contains a thin film of the serous fluid about this 15 ml called the pericardial fluid, which lubricate the opposed surface to avoid the friction during the movement of this heart. So this one is this pericardial cavity. Now sinus of this pericardium. You see this, there is a two type of this sinus. Two sinus between this parietal and visceral layer. They are the formed due to the reflection of this visceral layer of the serous pericardium around the great vessels of the heart. Transverse sinus or the arterial tube and oblique sinus name is given this venous tube. So there is a two type of this sinus, transverse sinus and दूसरा है oblique sinus. The transverse sinus का किसके बीच में है? Arterial tube के बीच में. So it is passes between the two tubular reflection of the serous pericardium and is lined by visceral layer only. Hence, it is also named as here this intervisceral space. Transverse sinus is developed. Transverse sinus passes between the two tubular reflection of the serous pericardium and is lined by this visceral layer only. Transverse sinus is developed after dangerous degeneration of these central cells of the dorsal mesocardium. One tube or arterial end of this primitive heart, surrounded by the ascending aorta and pulmonary tract. Pulmonary trunk. So this one are the transverse sinus. In between this ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. So boundary of this transverse sinus in front क्या आएगा? Ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk आएगा. पीछे आएगा posteriorly of the behind there is an intrapericardial part of this superior vena cava and upper margin of this left atrium. Above there is a bifurcation of pulmonary trunk and below there is a upper surface of this left atrium. So this one are the transverse sinus. You see in this transverse sinus, the arrow is indicate the transverse sinus. This one are the arch of this aorta. This one are the pulmonary trunk. तो aorta और pulmonary trunk के बीच में ये जो gap है, this name is given this transverse sinus. So transverse sinus is spaces between the two tubular reflection of the serous pericardium and is lined by this visceral layer only. Hence it is name is given the intervisceral space. Transverse sinus किसमें से develop हो रहा था? Degeneration of the central cells of the dorsal mesocardium. Mesocardium का जो dorsal central cells है, उसका degeneration of this central cells of this dorsal mesocardium. उसके जो in front में क्या है? Transverse sinus के आगे ascending aorta. This one are the ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. Behind there is a intrapericardial part of this superior vena cava and upper margin of this infundibulum. This one are the superior vena cava. This one are the behind. Now above there is a bifurcation of pulmonary trunk. This one are this pulmonary trunk, left pulmonary trunk and right side of the right pulmonary trunk. यहाँ पे एक bifurcation of this pulmonary trunk. Below there is a upper surface of this left atrium. This one are this cavity of this left atrium. So upper surface of this left atrium is lies below. So this one are the transverse sinus. So second sinus are this oblique sinus. You see this one are the oblique sinus. It is fluidly sac behind the left atrium. Left atrium के पीछे वाला जो part है, this one are the oblique sinus. उसका जो shape है क्लोज कैविटी है, ऑल साइड एक्सेप्ट द बिलो वो ओपन है, बाकी सारी जगह पर वो क्लोज है. सो उसका जो शेप है फ्लूडी शेप बिहाइंड द लेफ्ट एट्रियम. Inverted J-shaped attachment of the serous pericardium and its place between this parietal and visceral layer. Oblique sinus is parieto-visceral space. इसलिए उसका नाम क्या दिया? Parieto-visceral space. वो सिर्फ कहा था इंटरवीनस स्पेस में था, ये parieto-visceral स्पेस में है. तो उसकी जो बाउंड्री है, पहले आगे आएगा लेफ्ट एट्रियम, in front there is a left atrium, behind there is a parietal layer covering the posterior part of this fibrous pericardium. Right side आएगा right part of this pulmonary vein and inferior vena cava. Left side पे आएगा left pair of this pulmonary vein. Above there is upper margin of this left atrium. This one are the oblique sinus. So here there is a two sinus. One it is the transverse sinus between these two arterial end, ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk के बीच में है. Two venous end, disc for pulmonary vein के बीच में जो sinus है, this one are the oblique sinus. So these are the two sinus. क्या है peculiarity sinus की? Oblique sinus lies behind the left atrium, whereas the transverse sinus lies above and in front of this left atrium. Oblique sinus left atrium के पीछे है और transverse sinus above and in front of this left atrium. Between this root of this oblique sinus and the floor of this transverse sinus intervenes upper margin of the left atrium only, along which bilaminar fold of the serous pericardium extend from this upper right to the upper left pulmonary vein. So this one are the oblique sinus and transverse sinus. Now oblique sinus. It is pluri-sac behind the left atrium. It is closed on the all side except below. Oblique sinus is a parieto-visceral space. Front left atrium, behind parietal layer. Right side there is a right pair of this pulmonary vein and inferior vena cava. And left side there is a pulmonary vein. And above there is a left atrium. This one are the oblique sinus. Diagram oblique sinus. Above and in front of this left atrium, behind the left atrium. So this one are this behind the left atrium oblique sinus, transverse sinus आएगा above and in front of this left atrium. So this part are the oblique sinus, this one are the transverse sinus. So oblique sinus की peculiarity है, it lies behind and left atrium, whereas the transverse sinus lies above and in front of this left atrium. So these are the two types of this sinus. So arterial supply of this pericardium, internal thoracic artery, musculophrenic artery, descending thoracic aorta, visceral layer of the serous pericardium is supplied by this coronary artery. So these one are the blood supply, fibrous and parietal layer by the branches of this internal thoracic artery and descending thoracic aorta. Venous drainage में आएगा fibrous and parietal layer drain into the azygous and internal thoracic vein. So this one are the venous drainage. Visceral layer drain कहाँ पे होगा? Coronary sinus में. और parietal layer and fibrous layer drain होगा azygous and internal thoracic vein में. ये हो गया blood supply of this pericardium. Arterial supply की सारी artery, internal thoracic artery, musculophrenic artery, descending thoracic aorta, visceral layer of serous pericardium is supplied by this coronary. Now nerve supply. Nerve supply fibrous and parietal layer supply the phrenic nerve. Phrenic nerve somatic nerve है fibrissa. And visceral layer supply by the branch of the sympathetic trunk and vagus nerve. तो visceral layer को nerve supply क्या है? Vagus and sympathetic nerve. Via the coronary plexus and fibrous and parietal layer की nerve supply है phrenic nerve. The applied anatomy plus clinical importance of the transverse sinus. उसका क्या importance है? Clinical importance. Transverse sinus during this cardiac surgery, a ligature may be passed through the transverse sinus around the aorta and pulmonary trunk to control the hemorrhage. So these one are the clinical importance of this transverse sinus. Second, pericardial tamponade or the pericardial effusion. So what is the effusion or the tamponade? उसमें accumulation of this fluid in this pericardial sac or the blood or the serous, either blood or serous, will compress the heart and descend the diastolic capillary. This result in diminish the cardiac output but then increase the pulse rate and increase the venous pressure. This clinical condition name is given this pericardial tamponade. Pericardial tamponade or the pericardial effusion. तो इफ्यूजन मतलब ज़्यादा फ्लूइड कलेक्शन हो गया पेरिकार्डियल कैविटी में, उसको निकालने के लिए की जो प्रोसेस है उसका नाम दिया है Parasynthesis of pericardial fluid. So pericardial fluid में within this pericardial cavity में जो fluid है उसको निकालो, aspiration करो. Name is given this parasynthesis or the pericardial fluid and the intracardial injection. तो सबकोस्टल रूट्स एंड पेरास्टर्नल रूट, दो रूट से उसको पेरिसिंथेसिस करते हैं. सब कोस्टल रूट में नीडल इंसर्ट करते हैं लेफ्ट कोस्टोग्रिफोइड एंगल विथ अपवर्ड इंक्लिनेशन ऑफ अबाउट 45 एंड द फ्लूइड में बी इफेक्टिवली ड्रेन if the patient is prone up slightly. एंड पेरास्टर्नल रूट से नीडल एंट्री करते हैं इंट्रोड्यूस थ्रू द लेफ्ट फोर्थ और द फिफ्थ इंटरकोस्टल स्पेस close to the lateral margin of the sternum in order to avoid injury of the left lung, left pleural sac and the internal thoracic artery. Intracardial injection is preferred through this route. So these one are the parasynthesis or intracardial fluid. Heart is mostly supplied by these two coronary artery. One it is this राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी, अनदर इट इज द लेफ्ट कोरोनरी आर्टरी. दोनों आर्टरी कहाँ से आ रही है? बोथ आर्टरी इट अराइज फ्रॉम दिस एसेंडिंग एओर्टा. एसेंडिंग एओर्टा में जो साइनस है विच अराइज फ्रॉम दिस एसेंडिंग एओर्टा इमीडिएटली अबव दिस एओर्टिक वाल. सो हार्ट इज मोस्टली सप्लाई बाय दिस टू कोरोनरी आर्टरी, राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी एंड लेफ्ट कोरोनरी आर्टरी which arise from this ascending aorta immediately above the aortic valve. So coronary artery are vasa vasorum of the ascending aorta. Anatomically it is not the end artery, but functionally they behave like a end artery. So both coronary artery, right and left, they arise from this aortic sinus. You see this right coronary artery, this one are this ascending aorta, this one are this right coronary artery. So normal arterial pattern or the anterior view of this right coronary artery. It arises from this anterior aortic sinus, right coronary sinus. In this clinical uses of this ascending aorta slightly below in the supravalvular ridge. At first the artery passes forward and to the right between this pulmonary drum and the right auricle. Then it passes downward and to the right along the right part of this atrioventricular groove. It winds down this inferior border of this heart, pass upward and to the left along this posterior part of this atrioventricular groove, where it is wind round this and then it pass upward along the posterior part of this atrioventricular groove and reaches the crush of this heart, which is the meeting point of this interatrial, posterior interventricular and the posterior part of this anterior ventricular groove. 60% of this subject, the terminal part of this right coronary artery, anastomosis with circumflex branch of this left coronary artery. So, but 10% of this case right coronary artery and in inferior border of this heart, and 10% it reaches the interval between this inferior border of this crush of the heart. In the remaining 20%, the right coronary artery traverses the entire posterior part of this atrioventricular groove. Therefore, the trunk of this right coronary artery changes direction thrice, which two bending in its conus, the bending at the inferior border of this acute. So, this one are the right coronary. Now, posterior view of this right coronary artery, here it gives this one are this right coronary artery. Here it gives nodal branch to the SA node, another nodal branch to the AB node, and this one are the cross of this heart. Descending branch name is given this posterior interventricular branch of this right coronary artery. So this one are the course and distribution of this right coronary artery. Now right conus artery, it is the branch of this right coronary artery. So right coronary artery, it gives right conus artery. So what is the right conus artery? It is the branch of this first segment of this artery. First segment कहाँ तक बोलेंगे हम? Up to this inferior border तक बोलेंगे हम first segment. Second segment कहाँ तक बोलेंगे? Second segment up to this crus. So first segment की जो branch है, first there is a right conus artery. Also name is given this ventricular rami. So ventricular rami दो में डिवाइड करती है, राइट कोनस आर्टरी एंड राइट एंटीरियर वेंट्रिकुलर आर्टरी. दोनों आर द पार्ट ऑफ दिस फर्स्ट सेगमेंट ऑफ दिस राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी. सो राइट कोनस आर्टरी usually first branch of this right coronary artery and supply the infundibulum of this right ventricle. Sometimes it arises directly from this anterior aortic sinus. In such case, name is given this थर्ड कोरोनरी आर्टरी। तो राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी का हमने दूसरा नाम क्या बोला? थर्ड कोरोनरी आर्टरी। क्यों थर्ड कोरोनरी आर्टरी बोलते हैं हम उसको? क्योंकि वो कभी डायरेक्टली एओर्टिक साइनस में से अराइज होती है। जैसे राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी राइट एओर्टिक साइनस में से अराइज हो रही थी, लेफ्ट कोरोनरी आर्टरी लेफ्ट कोरोनरी साइनस में से अराइज होती है। उसी तरह समटाइम डायरेक्टली अराइज फ्रॉम दिस राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी। सो दिस नेम इज गिवन दिस थर्ड कोरोनरी आर्टरी। पर अल्टीमेटली इट इज किसकी राइट ventricular rami की। So right coronary artery, it is branch of this ventricular rami or the first segment of this right coronary artery. Anastomosis sometimes with this left coronary artery derived from this circumflex branch of the left coronary artery. The anastomotic thus from the around the infundibulum is known as the annulus vicissinis. So these are the right coronary artery. Now second one, there is a right anterior ventricular artery. So right anterior ventricular artery 3 or 4 in number है. It arises at the right angle from the trunk of the coronary artery and superior the sternocostal wall of this right ventricle. The right marginal artery is said to be this longest ventricular ramus. Now second one, there is a atrial branch or the sinoatrial artery. So atrial branch anterior, lateral and posterior group में arrange किया है. They supply this myocardium of this right atrium. The sinoatrial nodal artery belongs to the atrial rami. Sinoatrial nodal artery, it also this nodal branch of this atrial rami. Now typically the nodal artery pass upward and backward from this right coronary between this right auricle and this the root of this ascending aorta. Then arch laterally in front of this orifice of this superior vena cava and finally runs downward through this central axis of the sinoatrial node. This one are the atrial branch or the sinoatrial artery. Now second one, the right posterior ventricular artery. So जो right posterior ventricular artery है branch from the second segment of this right coronary artery. Second segment कहाँ से? up to the crus. इंफीरियर बॉर्डर तक रहेगा वो फर्स्ट सेगमेंट। पीछे का है क्रश तक बार से जो ब्रांच दे रही है वो सेकंड सेगमेंट। तो उसमें फर्स्ट जो ब्रांच दी है राइट पोस्टीरियर वेंट्रिकुलर आर्टरी। सो राइट पोस्टीरियर वेंट्रिकुलर आर्टरी किस में से अराइज हो रही है? ट्रंक ऑफ दिस राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी। इन दिस पोस्टीरियर पार्ट ऑफ दिस एट्रियोवेंट्रिकुलर ग्रूव इट सप्लाई द डायफ्रैग्मेटिक सरफेस ऑफ दिस राइट वेंट्रिकल। देन पोस्टीरियर इंटरवेंट्रिकुलर जो आर्टरी है वो अराइज हो रही है राइट कोरोनरी आर्टरी में से नियर द क्रश ऑफ दिस हार्ट एंड एज ए सिंगल ब्रांच इन 70% सब्जेक्ट इन पास along the posterior interventricular groove close to the apex where it anastomosis with this anterior interventricular branch of this left coronary artery. ये वाली है posterior interventricular artery. Now this one are this right posterior branch. So right coronary predominance and left coronary predominance. It is described as a posterior interventricular artery. So this one are the posterior interventricular artery. Right posterior artery, atrial artery. So atrial artery and last one there is a marginal branch. So these one are the branch of this right coronary artery. Right posterior atrial artery, it supply this majority of this individual posterior surface of this both right and left atria. So right and left atria को supply करती है right posterior atrial artery and marginal branch. So inferior border को supply करके and it anastomosis with this marginal branch of this left coronary artery. So these one are the branches or pattern of this. Now area distribution of this right coronary artery. So right coronary artery majority supply this right atrium. Then ventricle का right ventricle whole chambers except area adjoining the interventricular groove. Left ventricle small part near the posterior interventricular groove. ये एरिया को सप्लाई करती है right coronary artery. Post part of this interventricular septum, whole part of this conducting system, except it branch of this AV bundle and SA node it supply this right coronary artery. Now left coronary artery. So left coronary artery, you see here it arises from this left side of this aortic sinus. It usually wider than the right coronary artery. It supplies this larger volume of this myocardium. The left coronary artery arises from this left posterior aortic sinus. So left coronary sinus of the ascending aorta. The trunk of this artery pass behind this pulmonary trunk. This one are the ascending aorta, this one are the pulmonary trunk. यहाँ से वो arise हो रही है लेफ्ट कोरोनरी आर्टरी, पीछे से पास हो रही है पल्मोनरी ट्रंक के पीछे से. So here it pass between this behind this pulmonary trunk left auricle, where it divide into these two branches, anterior interventricular and circumflex. This one are the anterior interventricular, पीछे जो जा रही है, this one are the circumflex branch of this left coronary artery. So here it gives two branches, anterior interventricular artery and circumflex branch. Now anterior interventricular artery, this one are the कहाँ पास हो रही है, left. It is a continuation of this left coronary artery, descend in this corresponding groove along this sternocostal surface to the apex, and after winding round the incisura apices cordis and on the inferior surface by anastomosis with this posterior interventricular branch of this right coronary artery. Here it runs downward anterior ventricular rami. So this one are the anterior interventricular branch or branch of this left coronary artery. So here it gives branch anterior ventricular rami. So anterior ventricular rami, this one are the anterior ventricular rami. Largest branch of the name is given this diagonal artery. So anterior ventricular rami for the both right and left ventricle pass obliquely downward and outward. Left anterior ventricular rami are prominent, 3 or 4 in number, and wind round this left surface of this heart. Sometimes one of this left ventricular rami is larger and is known as the diagonal artery. So these artery are the diagonal artery. It is the nothing but the largest branch of this anterior ventricular artery. Name is given this diagonal artery. It arises from the junction of this anterior interventricular and circumflex branch. एंटीरियर इंटरवेंट्रिकुलर सर्कमफ्लेक्स ब्रांच के जंक्शन में से वो पास हो रही है. दिस वन आर द डायगोनल आर्टरी. द लेफ्ट कोरोनरी आर्टरी बाइफरकेट. लेफ्ट कोरोनरी आर्टरी इज बाइफरकेट. One of this right anterior ventricular rami. In the left conus artery, we supply this infundibulum of this right ventricle. Now septal rami pass deeply and supply this anterior superior 2/3 of this ventricular septum. Now second one are the circumflex branch. The circumflex branch first along the left part of this atrioventricular groove, wind round the left border of this heart and occupy the posterior part of this anterior ventricular groove, where is anastomosis with this right coronary artery. And the left side of this cross, the circumflex artery lies close to the mitral annulus, which may be damaged in mitral valve replacement. So branches of the circumflex artery, it gives this atrial ventricular rami, sinoatrial nodal artery, left marginal artery, posterior interventricular artery. These are the branches of this circumflex artery. So right coronary artery along the entire atrial wall, such anastomotic branch is known as this crushed artery, Purgil artery. This one are the branches of this left coronary artery. Left posterior aortic sinus of this ascending aorta, वहाँ से वो arise हो रही है. This one are the posterior view of this left coronary artery. Here you can see the circumflex branch of this left coronary artery. This one are the posterior left ventricular branch of the left coronary artery. So pattern for the posterior inferior view of this left coronary artery. This one are the crush of the heart. These are the pattern of this right coronary artery. Posterior interventricular branch of this posterior descending or the right coronary. Now branches of this left coronary artery: anterior interventricular artery, anterior ventricular branch, septal branch. Circumflex artery gives sinoatrial, left marginal artery, atrial artery, diagonal artery and conus artery, and atrial branch of this left coronary artery. Now area distribution of the left coronary artery at the left atrium ventricle का left ventricle whole chamber except the area adjoining this posterior interventricular groove, right ventricle small area adjoining the anterior interventricular groove, anterior part of this interventricular septum and left branch of this AV bundle. Area distribution the coronary artery, right and left coronary artery. Now coronary predominance in male. Majority there is a right coronary artery, it is predominant. people are raising the right coronary predominance, where the posterior interventricular artery is deriving from this right coronary. Majority of this population has left coronary predominance, where the posterior interventricular artery extends as a continuation of this left coronary artery. These people are likely to be affected by the coronary disease because the entire left ventricle and the ventricular septum are under the nutrition control of this left coronary artery. An obstruction of this latter may produce the output failure of the systemic circulation. This one are this coronary from venous drainage of this heart. Venous drainage by the coronary sinus and anterior cardiac vein and vena cordis minimis. So coronary sinus, it has a tributaries like the great cardiac vein, middle cardiac vein, small cardiac vein, and posterior vein of this left ventricle and oblique vein. First you can see this coronary sinus. So coronary sinus, it is the largest vein. You see here there is a coronary sinus. This one are the coronary sinus. So coronary sinus, majority of this 60% of this blood of the heart drain into the right atrium via the coronary sinus. And remaining 40% of this blood drain into the different chambers of this heart via the vena cordis minimis and anterior cardiac vein. So majority of this blood is 60% it is drained into this coronary sinus. Only the 40% blood is drained into this anterior cardiac vein and vena cordis minimis. Also name is given this Hebesian vein. So coronary sinus convey the greater part of this blood from this left coronary artery, whereas the anterior cardiac vein drain the most of this blood of this right coronary artery. The vein which do not join the coronary artery, like the anterior cardiac vein, vena cordis minimis, and this one are these third one are the right marginal vein. So these are the not joining with this coronary sinus. Rest of this vein it is drain into this coronary sinus. Already you can see the coronary sinus, it is opening into this right atrium. Between this opening of this inferior vena cava and the tricuspid valve. So it is a wide venous channels. Coronary sinus, it is wide venous channels about 2 to 3 centimeter long, situated in this posterior part of this atrioventricular groove. The coronary sinus receive about the 60% venous blood of this heart. So उसका course क्या है coronary sinus का? Coronary sinus, it begins left part of this atrioventricular groove. So here it is begins on the this one at the right side, this one at the left side. Left side of this atrioventricular groove. This one at the atrioventricular groove. वहाँ से वो शुरू होता है. So and it receive the great cardiac vein. Then pass downward and to the right along this posterior part of this atrioventricular groove, accompanied with this anastomosis of this right and left coronary artery. Finally, the sinus end in this sinus venorum of this right atrium. कहाँ पे between this inferior vena cava and tricuspid valve के बीच में वो finally open होता है coronary sinus को. They are drain the blood into this right atrium. उसकी tributary कौन कौन सी है coronary sinus की? Great cardiac vein, middle cardiac vein, small cardiac vein, posterior vein of this left ventricle and oblique vein of this left atrium. These one are the tributaries of this coronary sinus. What is the peculiarity of this coronary sinus? Is encircled by this myocardium and occasionally posterior surface of this overlapped by these cardiac muscles from the left atrium. So it is developmentally coronary sinus is developed with each part of this heart. So these one are the venous drainage of. Now applied anatomy. First there is a angina pectoralis. So what is the angina pectoralis? It is the incomplete and spasmodic obstruction of this coronary artery are expressed as a angina pectoralis, in which the subject complains of the intense precordial pain, which is occasionally referred along this left upper arm. In cardiac ischemia, due to the vascular occlusion and aortic coronary bypass opening, is advocated at the present with promising result. So this one are the angina pectoral. There is a acute blood loss. So there is a precordial pain. It is named in this angina pectoral. Some blockage of this artery at the right or left coronary artery or its branches, it may lead to this myocardial infarction. Loss of this blood within this cardiac muscles. This clinical condition name is given this myocardial infarction. So refer pain. Pain is referred at this left side of this shoulder tip. Pain name is given this referred pain. Then coronary disease in old age is less fatal than in young age. Slow or gradual blocking of this coronary artery is less dangerous than the sudden blockage. So this one are the applied anatomy related to. Now myocardial disorder. First there is a atherosclerosis. It is the type of this atherosclerosis. Lipid build up on the inside of this vessels wall, calcify, vessels hard and brittle, risk factor, cigarette smoking, high fat, cholesterol diet and hypertension. This one are this atherosclerosis. Here there is a block. You see in this diagram, this one are the normal vessels, lumen of this normal vessel, it is clear. But if there is a plaque or within this deposition of this cholesterol on the arteries, so there is a lumen is narrow and it may lead to this narrowing of this lumen by this accumulation of this fat or this atheros or plaque. So this one are the clinical condition, name is given this atherosclerosis. Second one, angioplasty. If there is a atherosclerosis, then you can insert the bubbles and there is a widening the lumen. This clinical process or the ballooning angioplasty, name is given this angioplasty. Surgery. So what is the bypass surgery? If there is a blockage of this artery, angioplasty occur by if there is a ballooning of this angioplasty, then there is a requirement of this bypass surgery. So bypass surgery, there is a replacement of this artery, cut the narrowing artery and there is a replacement of this saphenous vein. This process name is given this bypass surgery. Here you can see this diagram, there is a plaque within this arterial lumen, so there is a requirement of this angioplasty, then ballooning angioplasty, it is contraindication, and there is a site of this blockage, it is cut, and this whole artery, if the which site it is blocked, and there is a replacement by this saphenous vein. This surgical process name is given this bypass surgery. So here you can complete this class of this heart to part 2, including this pericardium and the blood supply of this heart. Thank you.